All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to tackle what looks like a super tricky GCSE maths question. We're going to break it down step by step and show you that with the right strategy, pretty much any problem is solvable. So, you ready to crack this code with me?
So, here's the beast. You've got two right-angled triangles, a little bit of algebra, a dash of trigonometry. It's the whole shebang. And look, it's worth 3 whole marks. That can make a real difference. But the big question is, do you know the exact steps to take to make sure you bag every single one?
Okay, let's get into it. First things first, we're going to break down the trigonometry part of this challenge.
All right, time to play detective. Seriously, this diagram is packed with clues. Our job is to hunt down the exact pieces of info we need to build our equation.
Okay, let's zoom in on that first triangle, the one on the left. See that angle A? That's our starting point. Our first mission, our clue number 1, is to figure out an expression for sine of A.
And how do we do that? Well, with our old friend SOHCAHTOA. It never lets us down. For this part, we're just focusing on the SO, sine equals opposite over hypotenuse.
So let's apply that. Look at the triangle. The side opposite angle A is that 7 minus 2x. The hypotenuse, that's the easy one. It's 8. Boom, we've got our first expression locked and loaded. Sine A is 7 minus 2x divided by 8.
Awesome. Clue number 1 is in the bag. Now, let's just rinse and repeat for the second triangle, the one on the right. This time, our target is tan B.
So, back to SOHCAHTOA we go. For tangent, we need the TOA part. And what does that stand for? Yep, tangent is opposite over adjacent.
Let's look at that second triangle again. The side opposite angle B is 1 plus x. The side next to it, the adjacent one, is 4. So there it is, our second expression. Tan B is 1 plus x over 4. We've got both our clues. Perfect.
Okay, we've got the raw materials. But hold on, before we jump into solving this thing, I want to give you a huge tip. A secret weapon, really, for getting full marks. You have to learn to think like the examiner. It's not just about getting the right number at the end. It's about proving you know what you're doing along the way.
So here's a little inside scoop. Examiners use these things called M, P, and A marks. M is for method, P is for process, and A is for accuracy. What we just did, finding those expressions for sine A and tan B, that's part of our method. Now it's time to earn those P and A marks.
Right, let's put it all together. We've got the clues, we know the rules of the game. It's time to connect the dots and actually solve for x.
So here's the plan, nice and simple. Step 1, form the expressions. We've already done that, check. Step 2, use them to create an equation. That's next. And step 3, solve the equation for x. Easy, right? Let's do this. Now the question itself gives us the golden ticket, the thing that ties everything together. It literally tells us that sin A equals tan B. That's where we start.
And here comes the magic. We just take the two expressions we worked out earlier and plug them right into that equation. So sine A becomes our first fraction, and tan B becomes our second. And listen, just getting this far and writing this down correctly, that's your P for process mark right there. You're already scoring points.
Okay, nobody likes working with fractions, right? So let's get rid of them. The quickest way is to cross-multiply. We're going to multiply the top of the left side with the bottom of the right, and the top of the right with the bottom of the left. Simple as that.
All right, next up, let's expand those brackets. On the left, 4 times 7 gives us 28, and 4 times minus 2x gets us minus 8x. Over on the right, 8 times 1 is 8, and 8 times x is, you guessed it, 8x. See, it's already looking way less scary.
Now it's just a bit of tidying up. We need to get all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the other. So let's add 8x to both sides, and let's subtract 8 from both sides. And what does that leave us with? 20 equals 16x. Oh yeah, we are so close I can taste it. Okay, deep breath. We've shown our method, we've shown our process. All that's left is to get the final answer and grab that all-important accuracy mark. Let's bring it home. So to get x all by itself, we just need to divide 20 by 16. Pop that into your calculator or do it in your head and you get 1.25. And there it is. That's our final answer. That's the A mark. And that, my friends, is how you get all 3 marks. Job done.
So, we did it. X equals 1.25. High fives all around. But, and this is really important, getting that number isn't actually the biggest win here. Not in an exam, and definitely not when you're learning. Here's the real takeaway today.
That number, 1.25, it only works for this one problem. The real solution, the thing you can use again and again, is the process we just followed. Breaking a big problem down, playing detective to find the clues, using the tools you know, and just following the steps logically. That's the skill.
So, as we finish up, I want to leave you with a question. Now that you've seen how powerful this strategy is, what's the next big, scary-looking problem you're going to solve with it? Could be in maths, could be anywhere. Think about it.